time talking about his versatility at this point of the season, or at this point of the summer. How do you balance having him do one thing, safety versus a number of things which he could be doing during the year?
Yeah, maybe technique-wise, they don't get to spend a lot of time doing all the stuff, but they're in those meetings, they hear it all, they're forced to make those communications, because a lot of times as safety, you get put in those spots that the linebackers play and the nickels play, and so they get that work, in one way or another. It may not be the position they're labeled at, but they get that work just the way that we utilize those guys.
Is there much of a difference between the concept of free safety or a strong safety, and what are you having Dax focus on?
There's a lot of crossover. I think the bottom line, they do a lot of the same jobs. There are differences, but for the most part, those guys at some point have to do very similar things as one another.
Zach, you hear about it a lot at draft time when you talk about players who were captains or leaders on their teams in college. Can a guy like Dax or any of your other rookies come in and be leaders right away? I mean, maybe that sounds strange that a rookie can be a leader, but can that happen?
Yeah, it can happen in different ways. It can happen through the confidence they have in themselves because they've studied, they're up to speed, they know, they're confident in what they're being asked to do. And so that confidence can shine through to other players where at that moment that young player does say something, everybody else is going to trust them and believe in them because they've seen the work they've put in. And so leadership comes in a lot of different forms. It's not all just vocal encouragement and talking out loud. A lot of times it's your actions. And been around a lot of great veteran leaders that maybe don't say a lot, but all the other guys put their eyes on them all the time to see how they conduct themselves in meetings and weight room and on the field. And when they're doing everything right, the moment that they do speak, speaks volumes, sometimes more than just the constant chatter. So I think that we have a lot of young players that are very capable of that I've seen a lot of confidence in themselves. I'll give you one example. Tyson Anderson, in a special teams meeting, one of the first couple days, was put in a position where he was extremely confident with what he was saying, and he was right. Darren likes to put pressure on those guys, and are you confident or are you second-guessing yourself? And he stood out in that way, as one example.